Hello everybody, this is Lisa Shaw. This is my life cycle presentation in our life science class, fall 2019, with Professor Patrick Traynor. The subject that I chose for my life cycle presentation is butterflies, and that's mainly because they are popular, beautiful little creatures that recently, there were about 1 million of them flying through my front yard, so I'm intrigued by their little lives and I want to know more about them. I learned that they have 4 stages in their metamorphosis. They start out as eggs, then they become larvae, which we know as caterpillars, then pupa, which is that hard-shelled chrysalis, and then they become the adult butterfly. And this metamorphosis is quite a change. They start out as the eggs that are laid on the plants by the adult females. Usually it's milkweed. Then the caterpillars, when they come out of the egg, they spend their entire little lives just eating. That is their whole purpose. They eat their host plant. Then they become the pupa, which is that hard-shelled chrysalis, and that is the transition stage. That's really when they transform while they're in that chrysalis. And then they come out and they are the adult butterfly. I read an article and it said a life cycle is made up of the stages that a living organism goes through during its lifetime from beginning to end. So there's the beginning to end. That is their lifetime. And here's pictures of that lifetime, starting with the eggs in the top left corner and the caterpillar, which are crazy colors. Some are real spiny, some are real bright, and of course there's tiny little green ones that are common. And then the chrysalis there in the center, and then the adult butterfly, that is a monarch, on the right. So an adult butterfly, when it comes out of the pupa, its wings are really wet and crinkled up. And in order to get those wings to open up so that they'll dry and so that the butterfly can then fly, they pump this liquid called hemolymph. And so as soon as the butterfly comes out of the pupa, it pumps this liquid into its wings. The wings expand open, they dry, and voila, it flies away. And when it flies away away. The monarch butterfly leaves northeastern United States and travels 3,000 miles to reach central Mexico. So in this photo here, you can see several butterflies gathered on this tree. I've seen photos, it looks like a dark cloud. There's so many of them, which is probably why I see them all over the front of my car. And that's because they do fly in one certain path. That is the only way they go. And that's their migration pattern, and it doesn't matter if it's going across the 15 freeway. And even though these little butterflies seem like they are small and insignificant, they play a huge role in our ecosystem because they, during that migration, during that pattern, they hit all these different wildflowers along the way. So they're pollinating all these wildflowers during their tour through the United States. And once they get to where they're going, that is when they are mating. Now, I found this very interesting. Normal creatures, insects, there's a courting ritual. The male is coaxing the female into being their mate. And in the monarchs, that's not so much the case. The female, during this migration, is a little tired. She settles down to get some rest. And the male pretty much pounces on her. And once she stops resisting, then he mates with her. So it's a really true romantic love story. Poor little butterflies. So these are the references I used. I found the third one, J. Biddle, to be most useful only because I wanted to know more about the adult butterfly and what happens after they leave the pupa, expand their wings, and then what. And so that one with J. Biddle, that one told me more about the migration and their mating. And so I hope that this has been a helpful presentation. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you very much.